Sunny Sunday here in Abu Dhabi. We're all set for the toss of the second T20 between Lions and Shaheens. The trophy is shining right beside me. We've got the captain of Lions, Jordan Cox, the captain of Shaheens, Shamil Hussain, and of course our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, who's going to give you the flip. It's going to be Jordan again. Tails is the call.
And it is tails.
All right, Shamil, you've won the toss. I heard you say bowl first. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to bowl first.
And what's the reason for it?
Well, I think if you can restrict them to a good total, we can chase it down. We've got a good bowling attack. It's a new pitch, so we'll see how it goes.
What did you make of the previous game? Fell short of runs, I thought, after a good start. Have you looked to address that issue?
Yeah, obviously we're going to learn from our mistakes and hopefully we're going to improve on that. But it's a new game, new day.
All the best and go well.
Thank you so much.
Jordan, different today, but happy to bat first, I'm sure. Try things out.
Yeah, look, the wicket played pretty well last time. Felt like there was a bit of some dents after our innings, but it looks like an unbelievable wicket again at Abu Dhabi, so we don't mind.
You spoke of trying and being a bit better in the power play when bowling. Gave away too many runs in the first one. What have you done to address those issues? Any changes in the lineup?
Yeah, we've got one change. Saki comes out and Sam Cook comes in. He's a specialist with a new ball, but Saki's resting a knee.
All the best and go well.
Perfect, thanks.
That is the story from the middle here then. Shaheens, they've won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. Right beside me, we've got the captain of Lions, Jordan Cox, the captain of Shaheens, Shamil Hussain, and of course our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, who's going to give you the flip. It's going to be Jordan again.
I think if you can restrict them to a good total, we can chase it down. We've got a good bowling attack. It's a new pitch, so we'll see how it goes.
What did you make of the previous game? Fell short of runs, I thought, after a good start. Have you looked to address that issue?
Yeah, obviously.
Felt like there was a bit of
being a bit better in the power play when bowling.
Have you restrict them
to say bowl first, is that right?
Yeah, we're going to bowl first.
And what's the reason for it?
Well, I think if you can restrict them to a good total, we can chase it down. We've got a good bowling attack. It's a new pitch, so we'll see how it goes.
What did you make of the previous? Sunny Sunday here in Abu Dhabi. We're all set for the toss of the second T20 between Lions and Shaheens. The trophy is shining right beside me. We've got the captain of Lions, Jordan Cox, the captain of Shaheens, Shamil Hussain, and of course our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, who's going to give you the flip. It's going to be Jordan again. Tails is the call.
And it is tails.
All right, Shamil, you've won the toss. I heard you say toss of the second T20 between Lions and Shaheens. The trophy is shining right beside me. We've got the captain of Lions, Jordan Cox, the captain of Shaheens, Shamil Hussain, and of course our match referee, Mr.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Zayed International Cricket Stadium at the Abu Dhabi Cricket and Sports Hub in Abu Dhabi. It's time for the second T20 between the England Lions and the Pakistan Shaheens. Remember, England Lions have a lead in this 3 T20 series where they've won the first game and will be looking to keep that momentum going. On the other hand, Pakistan Shaheens will want to get a game in their kitty and take this to the third T20. That's the fixtures and the results of this series. The first T20 definitely belonged to the England Lions. They won that game by 4 wickets. We are going to witness the second T20 today in some time, and the third T20 is scheduled for Tuesday. That's the 24th of Feb, and that's an evening game, so it's going to be even more exciting. Right, so let's quickly head down to the center and find out what the two captains have to tell us. It's the flip of the coin contest with Samir Yunus.
Sunny Sunday here in Abu Dhabi. We're all set for the toss of the second T20 between Lions and Shaheens. The trophy is shining right beside me. We've got the captain of Lions, Jordan Cox, the captain of Shaheens, Shamil Hussain, and of course our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, who's going to give you the flip. It's going to be Jordan again. Tails is the call.
And it is tails.
All right, Shamil, you've won the toss. I heard you say bowl first. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to bowl first.
And what's the reason for it?
Well, I think if you can restrict them to a good total, we can chase it down. We've got a good bowling attack. It's a new pitch, so we'll see how it goes.
What did you make of the previous game? Fell short of runs, I thought, after a good start. Have you looked to address that issue?
Yeah, obviously we're going to learn from our mistakes and hopefully we're going to improve on that. But it's a new game, new day.
All the best and go well.
Thank you so much.
Jordan, different today, but happy to bat first, I'm sure. Try things out.
Yeah, look, the wicket played pretty well last time. Felt like there was a bit of some dents after our innings, but it looks like an unbelievable wicket again at Abu Dhabi, so we don't mind.
You spoke of trying and being a bit better in the power play when bowling. Gave away too many runs in the first one. What have you done to address those issues? Any changes in the lineup?
Yeah, we've got one change. Saki comes out and Sam Cook comes in. He's a specialist with a new ball, but Saki's resting a knee.
All the best and go well.
Perfect, thanks.
That is the story from the middle here then. Shaheens, they won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first.
Well, there you have it, the breaking news from the Zayed International Cricket Stadium. It is the Pakistan Shaheens who've got the flip of the coin right this time. And no surprises with that decision. They've decided to bowl first. Let's look at the playing 11 then. For both the teams, England Lions and Pakistan Shaheens have one change each. With regards to their previous T20, there's one change for England Lions. It is Sam Cook who's come into the playing 11 in place of Saqib Mahmood. And for Pakistan Shaheens, there's another change that we will see. There's going to be Shahid Aziz who's come in. He's the new man in, and he's come in place of the quickie Amir Khan. Pakistan Shaheens have won the toss and elected to field first. Just the right time to introduce my partner in the comm box today. I've been joined by Mohammad Rashid. Mohammad Rashid, welcome. What do you make of this game?
Good afternoon, Shoaib, and good afternoon to the viewers. I think it's going to be an interesting game on our hands. Remember, England Lions won the first one, which is why this is a very important game for the Shaheens. They want to win this and make sure that they go into the third decider, and that'll be interesting for us as well.
Yes, it is a must-win game for Pakistan Shaheens. They've looked really good. That's the 50. That was from the bat of the captain, Shamil Hussain, who's looked really good in prime touch, showed what he can do, especially in the first 6 overs. He can be very lethal, very dangerous, and does like to take the attack to the opposition.
Well, absolutely, and I thought he gave them a brilliant start. They were not chasing a big total, 150-odd runs, and Shamil Hussain did provide a great opening stand. He got to his 50 as well in the process. But Pakistan, I think the Shaheens, they did suffer, I think, towards the end of the innings, in both the innings.
Yeah, they were wanting for some runs at the death of the first innings, but there was a brilliant 50 in the run chase as well, and that came from the bat of Asa Tribe. Let's look at that and see how he batted. He was exceptional. He was losing partners at the other end, but he showed that he has the calm and the composure that's needed in a run chase. Played according to the field, was able to pierce the gaps when it was required, and was very quick between the wickets as well.
Oh, absolutely, and he played according to the situation, like you mentioned. At one time, it looked like Pakistan Shaheens were in control, but he made sure that he kept one end intact and stayed till the end. That was the key there.
Yeah, 64 or 48 balls, and like you mentioned, he was there till the end, scoring the winning runs for his side. That's the match summary for the first T20. It was Pakistan Shaheens who were invited to bat first after England Lions won the toss. Pakistan Shaheens could only muster 152, which I thought was a little on the lower side compared to the conditions and what they could have got, considering that they got a really good start in the first 6 overs. On the other hand, England Lions, they did lose a few wickets up front, but it was Asa Tribe and his brilliant knock of 64 runs that helped England Lions get to that total of 153 runs and ensured that they got that first win under their belt.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a good game for both the teams. They got settled to the conditions. The pitch played quite nicely. It did get a little slow towards the end of the innings. Akif was superb. He picked up a couple of wickets. Ahmed as well with a wicket. Sufyan Mahmood and Sufyan Mukim, beg your pardon. He picked up a wicket as well. We were playing on the same track, I think, Shoaib. It's the one right next to the one we played last time, and there's a tinge of green. What do you reckon?
The two umpires are all set to walk into the center. On the left is Jibi Alex, and on the right is another Mohammad Rashid. So there's one in the com box, there's one on the field. Well, exciting times for not only for us to be a part of the series, but also for the match officials. These two both are distinguished umpires here in the UAE, and for them to get a chance to officiate a match like this, a series like this, is definitely going to be a feather in their cap. Also, our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, he's also a part of the series, who's also an ICC panel umpire, and he definitely has a lot of experience behind him. And we've also seen Asif Iqbal in the first T20 as well. So quite a few match officials from the UAE, and I'm sure it's going to be a big opportunity for them as well.
Oh yes, and we've seen some brilliant umpiring throughout the first game, and we expect to have a good game today as well. The two openers for the Lions are making their way to the middle. It'll be an interesting game for them as well, a challenge to bat first. Remember, they were bowling first in the previous game and not chasing a big total. Now they have to set a total, and they'll have to play a little more differently.
Yeah, it will have to be a little cautious approach from the England Lions. Yes, they knew what they were chasing in the second innings in the first T20, but here to put on a total, they'll want to be very cautious, especially in the first 6 overs. The ball does tend to do a bit off the pitch, and with the two batters, they'll have to play a sedate role, see how the conditions are faring, and then play their shots.
Yeah, and the Pakistan Shaheens have made a change. Shahid Aziz comes in place of Amir Khan, who I thought didn't bowl too badly, but they probably want to test their bench, and he'll go up against Will Smith, who had a good outing, but just couldn't convert that start he got.
Yeah, with him is Ben McKinney, who was very impressive in his short stint. He was not afraid to play his shots, and we could see that he had some great hand-eye coordination, which will be on display here today as well. Doesn't like to move his feet too much, but he's excellent when it comes to his hand-eye coordination.
And we were surprised with the way he whacked the ball out of the park. Did hit some sixes. At one time, he probably faced 12 deliveries, and out of those 3 were sixes, and he was on 18.
Yeah,
Shahid Aziz comes into the game, and he'll be starting the proceedings with the ball in hand.
Mohammad Rashid, the umpire on your screens right now, will signal let's play any time now, and we'll be about to witness the first ball of the second T20 between Pakistan Shaheens and England Lions. Here we go. Ball number 1. Edged and taken. First ball, early success. Pakistan Shaheens have struck gold on the very first ball of the innings.
Oh, that's a fabulous delivery to start with. What a great change this by the Shaheens to bring in Shahid Aziz. First delivery he's delivered. He's picked up a wicket. It was a brilliant delivery outside off stump, moving away from the right-hander. A perfect delivery to start proceedings, and what a good catch behind the stumps.
Yeah, great length to be bowling as the first ball. No problems with that front foot, is it? Well, looks very close. Oh, no. looks very close. We'll have to wait before they celebrate.
This is touch and go, Shoaib.
Yeah, this angle looks very close to the popping crease. Well, drama straight away. We'll have to leave this to the umpire and his decision. The TV umpire for today is Asif Iqbal. Well, they'll want to check frame by frame and see if they can get a different angle on this. Well, this is much better. This is conclusive evidence that there's some part of the shoe behind the popping crease, and that will make it a lot easier for the TV umpire Asif Iqbal to decide. Great delivery, great length, good carry, and excellent glove work behind the stumps as well. Saad Beg taking that catch.
Well, this was awesome start for everybody. Big shout out going out to the camera crew as well and our production team for getting us those pictures. Wasn't easy, I'm sure.
Yeah, great camera work, especially because it was the follow camera, not easy, but they've done well. Some swing in the air as well for Shahid Aziz. What a start this is for him. Dream start, Mohammad Rashid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Shahid Aziz is a good white ball bowler. He's got the ability to swing the ball. Jordan Cox is the new man for the England Lions, the captain. He would want to make sure that he doesn't let these early blows get to his head and would want to have a partnership in the first 6 overs.
Oh, excellent length again. Some movement off the deck for Shahid Aziz. He'll be enjoying bowling in these conditions, and this is a test for Jordan Cox. Great length. That's the wicket. Really nothing short from Will Smeed. Was not close to the ball enough. Just was prodding for that delivery going outside off and had to pay the price.
Well, we've seen the Lions have this kind of a problem early on in their innings in the first game as well. They don't move their feet enough, and that was the downfall.
A lot straighter. Quick run taken. And first runs on the board for England Lions. Jordan Cox, the skipper, is off the mark.
Well, very interesting. It's going to be McKinney on strike now. I was waiting for him to come on to strike because we really enjoyed the way he bats.
Yeah, he's a proper T20 batter. Doesn't really care too much about the technicalities of batting. See ball, hit ball kind of a player. And I'm sure he's very entertaining as well. The way he batted, out of the 24 runs that he scored, was 3 sixes in the first T20. So does like to use the power play overs to his advantage. Very exciting prospect. Opens the face of the bat on that occasion and takes a single.
Well, very interesting field setup for McKinney. They've probably understood the way he plays. So they've got a deep point fielder on the boundary rope outside the 30-yard and are targeting to bowl outside the off stump to him. But meanwhile, very impressed with the way Shahid Aziz has started. He's bowled some good deliveries. He's bowling according to his field and he's making sure it doesn't give an inch to the England Lions.
Well, a dot ball to end the over. Great over this from Shahid Aziz. He's tested the batters and has given Pakistan Shaheens a positive start. 2 for 1.
Middle, please. Center, please. Yeah. Left arm over. Okay. Good. Reds. Left arm over.
Right then, the playing 11 for England Lions. They've already lost 1 wicket, that of Will Smeed. but they've still got quite a few batting opportunities, potential left. Asa Tribe, he's the man in form. James Coles can bat. Dan Moosley can also be very handy with the bat. So they've got enough firepower. Oh, no ball to start from Akif Javed. He's that left arm seamer with a high jump. Great release. Was very impressive in the first game. But he started off on a false note.
Yeah, the umpire signaling a no ball straight away, GB Alex. But Akif was very impressive in the previous game. I thought he's got a brilliant action, very good rhythm. Let's have a look at how far away he was. Yep, just a little over the line. So he'll have to re-ball that. It'll be a free hit delivery, and guess who's on strike?
It is the man who's impressed Rashid the most with his big hitting. Full delivery from Akif. The bat turning in his hand on that occasion, but it's been played in the vacant mid-wicket area. Big gap in that zone, so they'll be able to come back for 2.
Yeah, we will see a lot of gaps in the field because I think the Shaheens are targeting one side of the wicket, especially against McKinney, who's very strong on the onside. So he'll probably try to bowl them outside of stump. Akif Javed, couple of wickets in that first game. Was impressive. Really enjoyed his rhythm and his bowling action.
Well, that's uppishly played, but in the gap. A little risky, but that's what Ben McKinney is all about. Risk and reward. Gets his first boundary.
Well, that's the McKinney we know. He's very exciting. He gets boundaries at will. That was not a bad delivery. It was back of length, outside of stump, which is why it was played in the air. But he wasn't scared to play it in the air. It was in the gap as well. And this is running away towards the boundary. Beautiful shot from McKinney. And straight away, there's a change in the field. They've taken out the slip. He's coming in at short mid-wicket. That vacant area you're talking about, that's been filled now.
Oh, what a delivery. Peach. This is magic from Akif. Gets it right into the block hole. And Ben McKinney has no answers to that. Sound of timber. Very pleasant for Akif as England Lions lose their second.
Yeah, no problems. Or is it a problem with the front foot? Wait. Hold your horses. Well, I think this is over the line. This might just go against the Shaheens.
Well, this is not good. If this is a no ball, this is absolutely disheartening for Akif. But it will be a life for Ben McKinney. I think he's walking back. Looks like he has overstepped. This is touch and go again. 2 overs. Both the overs, we've seen a no ball, a front foot no ball. One which was not. Now this one is under investigation.
Well, more importantly, it was a wicket. So it has become even more interesting. The first one, I think it was just inside. But this one, let's have a look. We've got the zoomer as well.
Oh, this one is
yeah.
Big no ball. Big no ball. And Ben McKinney will get a life. He will have to come back and he'll be happily coming back to the crease, take his guard, face the next ball as he survives.
He's got a lifeline and he's got a free hit as well. Lucky day for McKinney. He's on 7 of 5 now, but not a very good start here for Akif. That was a wonderful delivery. Can't take anything away from that. It was right in the block hole, but that front foot.
Wow. Absolute drama. 2 no balls, 2 wickets. 1 given, 1 not. Goes for the Yorker again. This time he's taken it on the full bend. He was expecting this time. He'll be ready now. He'll know what to expect from Akif.
Yeah, that previous delivery, which was a no ball, that did surprise a lot of us. Because it was right in the block hole and there was dipping as well. So it was a lethal delivery. However, he'll have to re-bowl that sometime again to try and get another wicket for himself. This over has already produced 2 no balls. But on both occasions, there haven't been runs on the free hits.
Again, stand and deliver. Almost a replay of the previous boundary. And Ben McKinney, he's so strong in that zone. Doesn't have to do too much. Looks at ease and an effortless shot for 4.
Well, this one was even better than the first one because he made sure that he kept it along the carpet. It wasn't in the air. So no risk taken, but the timing was superb. That's what I enjoy about his batting. He's got such good timing and such good hand-eye coordination.
That's a much better delivery from Akif. If you're bowling to somebody who doesn't move too much, it's always good to bowl full and wide away from the hitting zone of Ben McKinney. So that's a good delivery, a good comeback from Akif.
And the previous over, we saw Shahid Aziz when he was bowling to Ben McKinney. He was making that field setup was that he had a deep point fielder on the boundary rope. He didn't have a square leg. I think that's something that Akif can. He's got one more delivery and he's bowling to McKinney now.
Yeah, similar delivery, played in the gap. Some more runs on offer for England Lions. Yes, no situation. He's tripped and he's dived his way back to the popping crease. Well, almost a run out, not to be expensive over. We'll come back to that in the next over. 2 overs, 15 for 1. Stepping down, chance. He got his hands to it. It went through his hands and it's gone all the way for 4.
Well, the bowler is furious and rightly so. That was an opportunity. It went through his hands like you mentioned. Should have been taken at this level. Well, Ben was coming down the track. Got a bottom half of the bat and oh, I think he was just late to it. Akif Javed probably at short third and Shahid Aziz rightly frustrated. He's already picked up a wicket and has created an opportunity now as well. Has bowled a very testing over the first one. And this is a good start as well. Ben McKinney is having a change in blade. He's probably damaged this one. He got the bottom half of the bat. That's the field for Ben. He's got a deep backward point on the boundary rope, very unorthodox. And the second fielder outside the 30-yard, he's got a deep square leg. So those are the 2 fielders, square of the wicket on either side for Ben McKinney, who's been very impressive. He's played some good shots. Enjoyed the way he gets that timing going and is not scared to hit the long ball. Shahid Aziz has been impressive as well. In he comes once again.
Nicely done. Good ball. Finishing on the stumps. Manages to get a single Ben. Brings Jordan back on strike. Overall, I think it has been pretty dramatic the last couple of overs. Too much of excitement. Too much of drama on a cricket field. 2 no balls. Both no balls. They got a wicket. One was called a no ball. The other wasn't.
Yeah, well, that's what we need on a Sunday afternoon. We need some excitement in our lives.
Beautiful. Just absolute class from Jordan Cox. That's one of the best shots of the day so far. Brilliant and 4 runs.
Fabulous timing as well. It wasn't an easy shot to maneuver. It was on the stumps. He was in great position to play it. Look at that. Beautifully done. High elbow and placed it nicely. Not much of a gap between the two fielders. And that raced away towards the boundary. This is outstanding. That's what Cox is known for. Stability and boundaries.
Yeah, he'll have to lead by example here. Oh, that's a much better delivery from Aziz. Again, he's looked threatening when he's bowled on the stumps. He's got some movement in the air as well and off the pitch. So, a very exciting prospect for Pakistan.
Yeah, you're right. I think not many bowlers have gotten movement off the seam of the pitch, and rightly picked by you. Another change in the bat for McKinney. He's already changed once. Not happy with that one. That's probably the 6th hitting bat he's got out.
Well, it goes aerial for sure. There is a fielder in the deep. He'll cut that off. They'll come back for 2.
Yeah, that's a good delivery again. Like you mentioned earlier, if you are to bowl to Ben McKinney, make sure it's full and wide. That's what the bowler tried to do. He's got the field setter for that as well, but nicely maneuvered at the end by McKinney, playing it in the gap towards the offside. So good little contest going on. McKinney hasn't hit the 6s yet. Remember, he's known for hitting big 6s.
Yeah,
so that'll be playing in his mind as well.
Bowls full this time. That's a good way to try and beat his defenses. We saw that he was taken aback by that Yorker. 3 overs, 27 for 1. So 27 for 1 after 3 overs, 7 dots. No 6s yet, which is a big plus for Pakistan Shaheens. They'll take that with both hands. The bowling has been pretty good, except for those 2 no balls. They've bowled well. Akif to continue. Gave away 13 in his first over. Coming around the wicket. This one just kept low. Surprising Jordan Cox.
Well, everybody was surprised there. Even the bowler, I think he picked up something on the wicket. That one didn't bounce at all. Good thing it wasn't in front of the stumps. Look at that. Yeah, it didn't bounce at all. It was on that spot. There's a bit of spot here on the wicket. I think that's where it bounced exactly.
Yeah, and very close to the off stump as well. So, a narrow escape for Jordan Cox. This time, extra bounce from Akif.
So he's keeping the batsman guessing. But to Lions' credit, I think even though they've lost a wicket, they've still got that run rate going pretty nicely for themselves. 27 and 3.1. They haven't hit a maximum as yet. So they're making sure they hit the boundaries, which is good for the Lions. They have to post a big total. We saw 150, 160 was par, below par on this wicket. So they'll probably have to target 180, 185.
Cramping him for room. This time a little too straight from Akif. We'll have to bowl that again.
Cox should be probably frustrated with himself because that was a hit me delivery. That was a boundary delivery. Down the leg side, fine leg up in the circle. Look at that. Yep. Missed on that opportunity.
Yeah, again, not a big fan of left arm bowlers coming around the wicket. Cut away and cut away well. There's a fielder there, but he's just going to be a spectator. Beautiful shot that from Jordan Cox. Was on the top of the bounce and got 4 runs.
And look at how late he played that shot. That was the key there. He's played some good shots already, but that will be one of the best he's played. Late and away from the fielder in the deep. Good boundary this for Cox and for the Lions.
Yeah, runs continue to flow for England Lions. Goes full this time and bowls as straight as possible. Good comeback.
Akif has been impressive. We saw in the first game as well. He's bowled some very good deliveries, but I think they're trying a little too hard after that first over he bowled. He did pick up Ben McKinney, but it was a no ball. And since then, he's really tried a little too hard, in my opinion. Changing the field. Third fielder coming into the circle, and the deep point, backward point, has been dropped back on the boundary rope.
This is a wide again. Not good from Akif. Definitely would be more comfortable bowling over the wicket, but this is just our analysis from the comb box. I'm sure they've got their own plans, but this plan currently doesn't seem to be too effective.
Yeah, once again, I think he's just trying a little too hard. Trying to go for that delivery in the block hole and trying to cramp him for room. But in doing so, he's bowled a lot of extras. Pakistan Shaheens have given away quite a bit of extras in this innings already. They've been lucky with those no balls. It hasn't been hit for boundaries. But remember, they got a wicket of one of them as well.
Yes, and you can't be allowing somebody like Jordan Cox to settle down, because once he settles, he can be very dangerous. Again, a wide. Like I said, he needs to change the angle. This is definitely not working.
Yeah, 3 wides and 2 no balls already in this innings. They're going at a run rate of 9.27, and like you mentioned, that's the wide delivery down the leg side. Yeah, pretty wide, and once again Jordan probably trying to just flick that towards fine leg. Misses out.
Well, he's got a lot of experience, Jordan Cox, playing all around the world in franchise cricket. It's straight back to Akif this time. He's played a lot of franchise cricket. Like he's been a part of the 100, obviously, but he's also played the SA T20. He's played the DP World Isle T20. He's played the PSL. He's played the Lanka Premier League as well. He's also played in the Big Bash for Melbourne Renegades. So any team that you can think of, any tournament that you can think of, he's been part of that. He's also been part of RCB in the IPL.
Yeah, long list, I can see that.
So he is a very dangerous prospect. You can't let him stay there in the middle for too long. End of the 4th over. It's 34 for 1. Well, a little tense dugout, I would say. It's early in the game, but yes, they would want to get their bowling right, not only for this game, but for the entire series. They've got another T20 coming up, and they've got 5 one-days, which will be played at the Zayed Cricket Stadium. So a lot of cricket between the two sides, and it's important that you build and you start on a positive note.
Ahmed Daniel, change in the bowling. Picked up a wicket in that previous game. But it was impressive, very economical.
Wide, big wide. Well, doesn't look good. This bowling attack of Pakistan looks lackluster.
Well, since that no ball, the wicket of the no ball, they have just conceded so many extras after that, and haven't been looking all that lethal. Shahid Aziz, I thought, was looking superb at the top, but Akif didn't have that zest today.
Lost their steam. Catches the call, beats the fielder at mid-on. Well, fortune favors the brave Ben McKinney. His middle name is Brave. 4 runs for him as well.
That's nicely put. He is such a brave cricketer, you're right, and such an exciting prospect. Just enjoy the way he plays it. He plays some brave brand of cricket as well. That's testament to that. But a good delivery from Ahmed Daniel. Wasn't too far away from the fielder. So Ben, well, you can't say he has to be careful because he doesn't believe in that.
Yeah. Fearless brand of cricket continues from the bat of Ben McKinney. Back-to-back boundaries.
Well, this was a nice shot. He was in control of that. He doesn't move his feet too much and doesn't need to move his feet too much because it was there to be hit. He placed it nicely over the short mid-wicket fielder and got himself another boundary.
Yeah,
Pressure.
That was not a bad ball at all. It was at a good length. Nothing wrong with that delivery. But the way he's picked that length and the way he's played that overshot mid-wicket, just wanted to clear the infield. Didn't try to hit it too hard. And that is why he's right there at the top to exploit the 6 overs. Goes aerial again. This time a lot more command. A lot more demanding. And an aggressive looking shot from Ben McKinney. 2 4s and a 6.
Now this one wasn't a very good delivery from Daniel. It was shot outside off stump and Ben McKinney didn't need a second invitation. A couple of bounces and off she goes into the boundary ropes. This has been a brilliant over for the Lions. They've gotten 4 boundaries on the drop and they've got a wide as well. So 13 runs already of the first 3 deliveries.
Yeah, hat-trick of 4s. Not a 6 there, but 3 boundaries. There's a change in the field. There's the mid-on falling back onto the long-on position. They need to bowl according to a plan, and I think that plan is missing against Ben McKinney. Looking to make room. Wanted to slash at that. Wanted to play that somewhere over point. Completely misses it. He doesn't need to do that. He can play on the merit of the ball and still score runs.
Yeah, because he can play every shot in the book. And he can do that quite easily. He can clear the field quite easily, which is why, like you mentioned earlier, he's at the top of the order because he can clear that field. The English dugout looks pretty settled, pretty happy with the way things are going at the moment.
Shuffle. Good fielding. That's a good stop from Saad. Putting in the dive and ensuring that they don't get an additional run. Brings Jordan Cox back on strike. They need to come up with a plan. I'm sure Ben McKinney is going to be a point of discussion in the meetings of Pakistan Shaheens in the coming matches, because if they allow him to continue to play like the way he has, every time he comes out to bat in the first 5-6 overs, he'll take England Lions to over 50-60, and that is going to be a very difficult position to then make a comeback. So they need to plan against Ben McKinney, maybe the slower deliveries, get some variations, think of a plan, set up a field, and try and get his wicket early. 5 overs bowled. It's a solid start for England Lions, 48 for 1.
Bowling change, left arm. Slightly away. That's slightly away. Yeah, it's off stump. Bowling change.
Good start this for the Lions. 48 for 1 in 5. McKinney being the chief architect in this opening batting. Change in the bowling. The spinner comes on, Arafat, and straight away it's missed everyone. And it's gone for 4 byes. Things not going right for the Shaheens over here. The 50 has come up as well.
Yeah, that was Arafat Minhas who started off. I think good change by the Shaheens to bring in the slower bowler. There was some turn in the air as well. Look at that drift and that turn missed by everybody. Even the wicketkeeper couldn't do much about that. Saad Beg behind the stumps for the Shaheens.
Each of the feet from Ben McKinney. Don't see too much of that. But that's one way to play against the spinners on this track. We saw the England batters doing that quite nicely in that first innings, especially as a tribe. That's one way to play through these middle overs, Rashid. Now that they've got the start, it's about consolidation from here on.
Yeah, I think Jordan Cox would be the perfect candidate to do that. He's got a lot of experience. He needs to make sure that he plays the anchor role at the other end. McKinney can go ahead and play his shots. That's a field setup for Minhas. He's got 2 fielders outside the 30-yard, a long off and a deep mid-wicket.
Never easy bowling in the power play. This is the last one, last over of it. And that's what Cox will do. Nudge it down towards long off, gets a single. He's happy to offer the strike to Ben McKinney. 3 more deliveries left in the power play. If they can find one more boundary in this, and the Lions will be quite pleased with how they've started things off. They bowled first yesterday, gave away a few too many by their own admission. At least the batting so far has done all right for them. Deep in the crease, will pull it away. There is a fielder down there, bit of work for him. Will keep it to a single.
Yeah, good bowling this by Minhas. He started off well. He's getting some drift in the air. There's a bit of breeze in the air as well, which is helping him quite nicely. He's getting that ball to turn to. So good bowling so far. And for English batters have done so well. Really enjoyed the way they've planned against every bowler. They're getting boundaries at the start of the overs and they're making sure that they convert those overs. A bit of stop in play because there's something behind the bowler's arm.
Lots of flight, but leg side-ish. Yeah, Pakistan Shaheens have themselves to blame. They had a brilliant start, a first ball wicket by the bowler that has come in for this game, Shahid Aziz. But since then, just haven't been able to capitalize. Yes, they were unlucky with that wicket of Ben McKinney, which was given a no ball. And since then, Lions have just taken full advantage of the luck that has come their way. Last ball of the power play. He's managed to pull this down towards long on. McKinney will get the single to end the over. 4 runs off it, so a good start for Arafat Minhas. However, it's been a successful power play for the Lions. 57 for 1 after 6. Confirmation that it is the end of the power play. England Lions are 57 for 1, going at a run rate of just under 10 runs per over. They'll be relatively happy with this start. Now it's about this partnership continuing for them through what would assume would be overs of spin from the Shaheens through these middle overs. That's what they'll rely on, the Shaheens. They did bowl well yesterday, day before in that first T20. Unfortunately, they weren't defending too many. 154 wasn't a par score on this track. And England Lions, because they know that quite well, will want to put up at least a few 20 runs more than that. Sufyan Mukim bowled well in that first T20. Starts off by conceding a single.
He's a brilliant bowler. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Very skillful. Needs to bowl well. The spinners have to really step up here because the faster bowlers haven't done too well. They've leaked too many runs. They've given away too many extras.
That's one of the things that was very impressive about the Lions batters in the first T20. They played spin quite well, deep in the crease, using their feet every once in a while. Now you wonder if Ben McKinney is going to continue being aggressive, or if he's going to just shift one gear back. Just look for that loose ball to find the boundary. Played from the crease. It's in the gap. Bit of work. This should be a couple at least.
Yep, that was nicely bowled by Sufyan. I just don't enjoy the big gap towards the onside. They should have a short mid-wicket in place. Cut out the singles, don't let them score easy runs.
That was bowled quick and he's pulled it away, and deep mid-wicket will hold on to it. Good change from Sufyan Bukim, and Ben McKinney falls for the trap.
That was nicely bowled. Change of pace, like you mentioned. Quicker delivery, was short though. He could have hit it anywhere. Hassan Nawaz, he's not going to make any mistakes. But McKinney, I thought just his eyes lit up as soon as he saw that length, but the speed. No problems with the front foot there. Yeah, the short delivery, he just went with the shot. He thought he could clear that fielder, but couldn't time it as well as he wanted to. Hassan Nawaz is very good in the outfield. Ben McKinney, good knock from him, 38 of 25. Lions lose their second wicket with 61 on the board.
As a tribe, the man with the half century in the first T20 walks out in a much better situation than he would have imagined from that first game. He was the one who had to do the bulk of the scoring in that game. Around the wicket, Hakeem. And a very good first ball to a new batter. That's more like it from Shaheens.
Yeah, we wanted the spinners to do well, and they've started off well. Asa Tribe comes to the middle. Very talented. He was the man of the moment in the last game. Got a 50 to himself.
He will be watchful in the start. That's the way he plays. He did that quite well in the first T20. But another good over of spin. This time it will produce a wicket as well for the Shaheens. 7 done, 61 for 2. Contributions from McKinney and Jordan Cox so far in this first innings. England Lions being put into bat. Arfat Minhas bowled a good first over, gave away just 4. Lots of light again. That certainly must have been a discussion, changing the pace for the spinners after that first T20.
Oh, what a good delivery that one. But he's got some drift in the air as well. So that'll be something to work with for the England Lions. But good setup, I think, from the spinners so far.
Went straighter. Lots of fielders outside the 30 yards. So we'll have to work hard from here on, these two batters. Jordan Cox has been there for a while. 13 of 18 for him. Asa Tribe has just walked out. He'll be in good touch after that first T20, but some work to do between these two. Can't afford to give away the good start that they've got in this first innings.
A good change in the field now. They've plugged that gap at short mid-wicket, bringing the short fine leg fielder to that position to make sure they don't allow an easy single to Asa Tribe. They want to make sure that they keep him on strike for as long as possible, not let him get off the mark, and that plays on your mind as a batter. You want to get off the mark as soon as possible.
You might just look at the sweep option coming out now. There is a deep square leg who's very round, but given that the fine leg area is empty, it was too full to do that, but he's done well to hit that in front of The bowler gets a single, gets off the mark. First runs for Acer Tribe. He was not out in that first game, so yet to get his wicket, Pakistan. Shaheens, they'll know that he'll be a key in order for them to stem the flow of runs here.
Yeah, they need to make sure they don't let this partnership settle down. They'll have to pick up wickets.
Good use of the feet again, making room, going through the off. Jordan Cox for now seems to be quite content on just crossing the strike, keeping the scoreboard ticking. I just wonder when they'll look to find those boundaries more regularly again. For now, they're quite happy with the strike rotation. But the spinners have done well so far. 3 overs of it we've seen. They've been pretty accurate, disciplined, offering it a lot more flight than they did in the first game. And so far, it's been pretty economical from them. Won't be able to cut it off. Eventually, they'll get the single. 4 runs off the over again from Minhas. It's 65 for 2 after 8.
Not on the wicket, please.
Five bowlers used so far. 3 fast ones and couple of spinners in operation right now. Sufyan Mukim bowling his second. Worked off his legs. They've brought back some control, the spinners, for Shaheens here. If they can pick up a wicket from here on, that'll help them come back into the game a bit more.
Yeah, they have picked up a couple of wickets already, so they need more. Sufyan Mukim has got a wicket to his name. He's bowled well. Both spinners have bowled well. Very consistent with their line and length.
Big shot, upish. And a good catch. Oh, he's dropped it. Well, the way he went for it, he looked quite comfortable. Just when he toppled over, may have slipped off his hands. That's a chance gone down.
Well, that's a sitter. Should have been taken. He had all the time in the world. A good delivery was the wrong end from Sufyan Mukim, and look at that. He was there.
Oh.
And never had any control of that.
Well, you got to take those. That went right through his hands. They've seen the way Acer Tribe bats, giving him a chance. Not the best of things to do. Goes leg side this time. Thinking about a second, but the field is quick. Yeah, they just haven't had any luck, the Shaheens, today. That wicket off the no ball. Now this drop catch. Have to pull their socks up.
Well, nobody else to blame but themselves. Opportunities were there. They'll have to do better than that.
Unfortunate for Sufyan Mukim. Created another opportunity. His fielder letting him down. But he's bowled well, kept it very tight.
He's shown some good variation. But look at the timeline at the bottom of your screen. We haven't seen a boundary for a very long time. And that might be just playing in the batter's minds.
Very close to cut, but he'll manage to get it past the fielder. And another single. The timeline might not have boundaries, but it has only 4 dot balls. And that's how well England Lions have rotated the strike. 71 for 2 after 9. Jordan Cox on 17 of 22. He's taken his time. He could afford to do it because McKinney was going so well. Now he'll have to take up the anchor role, be the more senior partner in this partnership. Meanwhile, change in the bowling for the Shaheens. Saad Masood, some wrist spin to continue. Starts off well in line with the stumps, but Cox has managed to push that onto the offside for a single.
Consolidating here, the English batters, making sure that they don't lose a wicket in this middle phase of the game. 7 to 13 is where most of the teams just like to consolidate.
Off the front foot. Yeah, the most impressive thing about the Lions batters has been the way they've gone about playing against the spinners of the Shaheens. They've never looked out of sorts, very assured in their foot movement, very assured in their technique. This could be another chance. It's gone over the fielder. This time Jordan Cox will get enough elevation and enough distance.
I think it was the wrong one, but nicely picked up by Cox, who made sure that he went through with the shot, didn't hold back. He's been impressive, Jordan Cox. He's produced some good shots on that occasion as well, just clearing his front foot and getting it just over that fielder on long on. Quicker delivery up in the air, but it's played in the gap. He'll pick up a single. Intelligent cricket this, after hitting a maximum, get to the other end.
Yeah, overcorrecting on that occasion, Sufyan. Went too full. Saad Masood, beg your pardon, went too full and got hit for a 6. This time going short. Oh, that was down the leg side. He had come down the track, Asa Tribe. If the keeper had maybe collected it, could have been a stumping opportunity. But to add insult to injury, it's run away for 4 wides as well. Things just not going way for the team in green.
I was smart from Masood, but it wasn't in the right area. I think it was just way too wide for the wicket keeper to get to it. He did get a hand to it. But it was always going to be a boundary once it crossed the 30-yard circle. 5 easy runs gifted to the Lions. So the runs are flowing in quite easily. Not very good signs here for the Shaheens.
Goes aerial again. And finally, one sticks. Takes it reverse cup this time and no mistakes. Asa Tribe will have to depart.
They would want to look at the front foot first because of how things have panned out throughout the day. Yeah, no problems with that delivery.
He's okay, Rashid. He's okay. He's a spinner after all.
Asa Tribe, well, very unlike himself, trying to go for a big shot even though they had a maximum in this over. Nicely taken in the deep, and they lose another wicket. Asa Tribe, 6 of 10 deliveries for him. The Lions lose their third wicket with 85 on the board, and the players get a much-deserved drinks break.
Right, 10 overs done. That's the report card so far. 9.5 overs to be precise. 85 for 3 as there's a drinks being taken on the field. So far, England Lions have managed to get 85, although I think in the last couple of overs, Pakistan Shaheens have managed to claw their way back into the game, got a few wickets. Sufyan getting a wicket, and Shahid Aziz got that first wicket on the very first ball of the innings. My name is Shoaib. With me in the com box is Samir. I think the spinners have done well, Samir, to just bring themselves back into the game.
Well, Shaheens would have hoped for the spinners to come good today because they were desperate to try and pull things back. More importantly, the spinners have picked up a couple of wickets. James Coles now out to bat. Had a decent partnership with Acer Tribe in that first game. He'll have to dig in today as well. He's got all of 10 overs to try and get a nice score going for himself. And of course, I love the Lions to finish on a big total here. You saw 150 plus, wasn't enough. 170 you'd think, Shoaib, on this track?
Yes, minimum 170. I think that will give them some cushion. Nicely bowled. Good start to the over by Saad Masood. There's some drift in the air for him. Also with the wind coming into the right-hander, that helps. It's over of the end of the over for Saad Masood, and 10 overs have been completed. 86 for 3 is the score. Right, 10 overs, 86 for 3. An intense discussion between the coaching staff. Sarfaraz Ahmed, onto the left of your screens, is the mentor for the Pakistan Shaheens, who's also part of the coaching staff for the under-19 team that played in the World Cup recently. Shahid Aziz, 2 overs, 14 runs, a wicket to his name. He's back into the attack today in place of Amir Khan, who was part of the first team.
Bowled a superb first ball, got a wicket.
Thick edge, ball flies towards the deep third. He's bowling from the far end, the opposite end, where if we see that there's a wind blowing across. Let's look at the wicket that fell in that previous over.
Yeah, full again. I think it came back in, was the wrong one. Cox wanted to go big, but in fact it was Acer Tribe wanted to go big, but just couldn't get the elevation. Cox is still out there though, and Lions will look to him to try and get that big total that they need to try and challenge the Shaheens.
And the bowlers will have to plan really well, especially in these conditions where there's a wind blowing across the ground. There you see a very strong breeze blowing from the left to the right, which means that the bowlers will get some assistance. Also, the batters will have to plan from which end to attack. Good fielding of his own bowling.
Has been impressive. Shahid Aziz came into the team for this T20 in place of Amir Khan, who wasn't too bad in that first T20, but just doing things differently as Shaheens. And you're right with regards to the wind. I think that does play a major part in the way you plan things. Not something as viewers back home you realize how much it affects your bowling plans and your fielding plans. It certainly makes a big difference in the way, even as a batter, you plan which side of the ground you want to try and target.
A good bowling. Shahid Aziz has looked very impressive. Was not a part of the playing 11 in the first game, but I'm sure he wants to prove himself. And he's definitely done that so far. Not easy to be bowling in different stages of the game. Started off the proceedings with the new ball, got a wicket on the very first ball. He's been right on the money. Slower delivery this time. Beautifully punched. That's in the gap. And it's going to race away towards the boundary on this lush green carpet at the Zayed Cricket Stadium. Exquisite timing for 4.
Threading a needle, really. There was a very small gap between the cover fielder and mid-off. And he's done very well to get through it. Skipper Shamil giving it a chase, but very well timed for it to run away to the boundary.
Six runs in the over. One more ball to go. Bangs it in short, pulled away by Coles, and it's gone straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. Will be a single to end the over. 11 completed. It's 93 for 3. So at the current rate, it's going to be 169. At 10 and over, they'll get to 183. So they need to get at least to 180 and thereabouts with the kind of start they've got. Wickets in hand, they should be aiming to 180 plus. And if Pakistan Shaheens can restrict them to anything less than 160, it will be a big win for them.
Yeah, especially after the way the Lions had started. McKinney going strong at the start of the innings. Certainly managed to pull things back with the spin.
Played in the gap, catches the call, but it's nicely done. Wide of the long on fielder. Boundary for Cox.
Yeah, too short for a batter who's been out there for quite some time now. Saw it early, went back very quickly and pulled away into the gap between mid-wicket and long on.
Oh, inside edge of the bat. Yes, no. A throw directed is needed. Not out. Looks like it's not out. All eyes on the umpire, GB Alex. That throw should have been better.
Yeah, needed to be maybe on top of the stumps if possible. Was away from him. The bowler at the non-striker's end, well collected. Coles came a long way, didn't even look at his partner. Remember, he was run out in the previous game as well. Good collection by the bowler after all. This is once again in the gap, and this is once again towards the boundary. Saad Masood, after a very good first over, is offering too many loose deliveries here.
Rocked on the back foot and played it in the gap again. Has been able to find those gaps. It's a big ground, but you still need to beat the fielders. And that's what Jordan Cox has done so well so far. Look at that. Beautifully done on the back foot. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Expensive over this. The 100 comes up with that boundary. Goes aerial this time. Catches the call. This should be taken. And will be taken. So a good over for England Lions has turned out to be a not so good over. But Shad Masood will have the final laugh. The last laugh as he gets his prized wicket of Jordan Cox.
And you wonder what the thinking from Jordan Cox is. He's picked up a couple of boundaries in this over. Saw this one full. His eyes lit up. Thought he could maybe pick up another maximum in this over as well. But just like the previous wicket, went aerial but just didn't have enough distance. A good take this time. They've dropped one, but after that, they've done well to hold on to 2. Pakistan Shaheens pick up another. Wicket number 4 falls. Jordan Cox, the skipper, goes for 34 of 30. It's 102 for 4.
Middle stump, please. Yeah, center, yeah. Thank you. Coming right arm around to you.
New batter in place of the skipper. Dan Moosley. He'll give company to Asa Tribe now. Right time for him to come out. They've still got some time left. Rather, it's Coles who's out there in the middle alongside Moosley. Asa Tribe already back in the dugout. First ball he faces, looking to play that fine. Does manage to get a single though.
Yeah, they had a good partnership, Mosley and Tribe, in that first T20. Almost ensured that they were well in control of the chase. Yes, Mosley did get out, but by the time they were well in control. 4 wickets to fall so far. 61-run partnership for the second wicket. And then it's been 3 and 4 that have come in the gap of about 15 runs between each other. So England will have to Lions will have to ensure that in this next 3 to 4 overs they consolidate and get to a good stage where they can launch from. 103 for 4 now. They'll be looking at least 170 from here on with 8 overs left.
And that's the field set. And pretty orthodox. There's a long on, a mid-wicket, a deep square leg on the onside. Starts off well. Ahmed Daniel has been expensive today. Gave away 14 in his first over.
And that was the wicket of Jordan Cox, looking to go over long on. It was full. Saw it as an opportunity. But another good take. Ahmed Daniel, in the meanwhile, he was impressive in that first game, but today expensive in the first over. He's got mid-off up in the circle and third man down in the ring, so expect back of a length stuff. Won't risk bowling too full.
Clipped off the pads for a single. You said he won't risk bowling too full, and that's exactly when he decides to bowl full.
What do we know?
Yeah, sometimes it's also the bluff. Sometimes the batter is also not expecting that kind of delivery, so there's no harm in surprising the batter. It's also a game of tests, I feel. While it's cricket, it's also the mental battle between bat and ball, between the bowler and the batter. You want to bluff and then double bluff.
Back of a length again. Won't be able to stop that. If we're both bowlers after all, aren't we, Shoaib? So we can once in a while maybe try and figure out what the bowler's thinking. And you're right, maybe it was the bluff. But he certainly will look to be back of a length. He probably must have done some homework to realize that these two must be good against the fuller deliveries. And as a result, he wants to bang it short. He's got some pace about him as well. Daniel. The traditional scoreboard still alive in the age of digital scoreboards. Good to see that.
There's a digital screen and the traditional scoreboard. Is that an edge? Yeah, looks like that. Appreciation from the bowler. Very difficult chance. We'll have a look at that again. Very interesting last delivery.
That's the digital one. Making use of both available options for scoring here. Just over 7 overs to go. 106 for 4 is where the Lions are at. Need to get a move on from here.
Slower delivery. Variation from Ahmed Daniel. That's what's needed right now. We'll get a single.
He called it a chance, but that outside edge was more of a stop from the wicketkeeper. He did well to get some glove on it because that could have easily run away for another boundary.
Yeah, hence the appreciation from Ahmed Daniel. He knew that it was never a catch. The ball didn't carry to Saad Beg, but he did manage to stop it. So well done by Saad. Oh, that's a beamer. That's a full toss, but way above waist height, so will be called for it. No ball will be signalled. Yes. It's also going to be a free hit and a warning maybe for Ahmed Daniel.
Sweaty palms maybe. Just not in control of that delivery. Ahmed Daniel maybe looking for the Yorker, but gets it wrong. Oh yeah, that was way above waist. Mosley was lucky to get some bat onto it. And more lucky because it will be a free hit as well to finish this over.
Free hit it is. Looking to go big, doesn't get any elevation whatsoever. Missed opportunity for Dan Mosley, although it's very easy to say, but then do it, because when you're a new batter, to go out and suddenly start hitting the ball cleanly is a big task. 13 bowled, 1-1-1 for 4.
Session 332. Yeah, you're coming the center. Thank you. Side arm over.
111 for 4 after 13 overs. 7 more overs to go. Mosley decides to step down the track. Last 30 balls, 41 runs. This partnership is a new partnership. They'll need to build it and they'll need to stay there as long as possible.
Yeah, Shaheens will have to bowl well from here on. They've had success in phases, just haven't been able to stem the flow of runs. Every once in a while, there have been too many loose deliveries, just like this. Full outside off. Very easy for James Coles to drive that towards covers for a boundary.
Yeah, 2 full, easy pickings. And what I really like about that shot is that he played it along the ground. Didn't try to play it in the air. Played it along the ground. Played it right from the middle of the bat. And played it in the gap. Well-deserved 4 runs for Coles. This one just kept low. A little slower as well from Saad Masood.
He's been expensive, 30 runs in his 2.5 overs. Has picked up 2 wickets, but you have to keep an eye on that economy rate of his. Coles is a very fine all-rounder. Plays a slog sweep. It's in the gap between long on and mid-wicket, but they'll only get a single off it.
And that's excellent fielding. Great work. On to his right, was quick to pick that up and throw it back to the bowler. He has been expensive. Saad Masood. The googly, 2 full. Drilled for a single by Dan Mosley.
One more delivery left in this 14th over. England Lions will have 6 overs from here on. Try and get about 40 to 50 in those 6 overs.
That's aerial. Has he got enough? Yes, more than enough. James Coles takes the attack to the opposition and smashes that for 6. 14 gone, 124 for 4. Six overs to go. It's going to be Sufyan Mukim coming in to bowl his 3rd over. A rare commodity, as we would like to call him. Left arm wrist spinner. bowling to a left-handed Dan Mosley. Brings out the sweep. That's a single. Dan Mosley, just 24 years of age, a batting all-rounder. Again, somebody who's played a lot of cricket around the world. He's been part of the MI Emirates in the DP World IL T20, which does happen here in the UAE. He's also played for Peshawar Zalmi in the PSL, Team Abu Dhabi in the T10 format. So he knows these conditions.
It makes such a big difference, doesn't it? You come into a new facility where you've played before, and just to get that familiar feeling of having played there makes a world of difference as a cricketer. Sufyan has bowled well in contrast to his other spin partner, the right-arm wrist spinner, Saad Masood, who gave away quite a few. Sufyan has been economical, but not on that occasion. Low full toss, Mosley has played the reverse sweep very nicely for 4.
Yeah, brings out the reverse and executes it really well. Gets it right from the middle of the bat. Not the best of deliveries from Sufyan. And Mosley has moved on in this innings. He's looking to switch gears. 13 of 9 for him. 2 boundaries already. Current run rate 8.97. Definitely aiming 180. Brings out the sweep again. Misses this time. A little too full from Sufyan, and rightly so. Looks to bowl as full as possible.
And there's been that boundary, but otherwise it's been a pretty decent over from Sufyan. Keeping things in control here.
Played it in the gap, but only a single. There are 3 men on the onside, manning the boundary.
Plenty of options for Shamil to use. He's still got his spinners. Arfad Minhas has bowled only 2. Saad Masood has 1 more over left. And then he's got the paceman as well.
Just another single to end the over. Rather, it's gone for 4. Beg your pardon. I thought there's a fielder there. But it's been timed so well by Coles. He gets his 3rd boundary. That's beautifully played for 4 runs. Brings the over to an end. 4 runs to complete the over. 15 gone. It's 135 for 4.
Sarfraz Ahmed in deep thought here of his team's performance so far. He'll have a lot of words to say to his team come that innings break. 15 overs, 135 for 4 are the Lions. Arafat Minhas to bowl this over and the 3rd of his quarter. Bowled quite tightly. Down the track, but won't middle it, Mosley. It's gone down towards fine leg. Bit of a fumble. We'll love them to come back for the 2nd. And coming back into the com box for these last few overs is Mohammad Rashid.
Well, interesting, Samir. They've gone for the spinners in the last 5. Normally teams go to their faster bowlers. But Arfat Minhas, I think he's bowled well. Sufyan Mukim has bowled well. They've done well by picking up 4 wickets, but the England Lions have piled up runs.
Sweep shot this time in front of the wicket. Straight to the fielder. Yeah, the spinners have bowled well for Pakistan Shaheens. It's just that whenever they've managed to pick up wickets, they haven't applied enough pressure to the new batters walking in. The runs have flown quite comfortably. Even at this stage, going at 9 runs per over, they just haven't managed to squeeze in a few dot balls, couple of quiet overs. Lions have found ways to score runs. Deep in the crease and pushes it towards mid-wicket. Another single. Coles has gone along to 26 now. 27 of 16 with that single. Good partnership this between these two.
Yep, 35 of 22. They've built on it, and they've now done all the hard work. Need to just finish it nicely.
Oh, how close was that to the off stump? Lots of flight. Muesli wanted to go big, but misses it completely, and so does the keeper. Lucky to be still out there.
Yeah, that was that drift I was talking about. He's been getting that drift throughout the day. Very close. Whiskers away.
He'll be counting himself unlucky. Down the track again. Bat turning in his hand. Won't middle it, but will get the single. You can just see these two now trying to be a bit more aggressive. Wickets in hand. Last few overs. Time to go.
Yeah, but they'll have to be careful because they can't leave it to the other batters to follow. They've done all the hard work, like I mentioned earlier, and the wicket is playing quite nicely for the batters. Just coming onto the bat.
Down the track again. This time it's on the leg side. It is in the gap. And because of that, they'll be able to cross over for two quite comfortably to end the over. 16 done. It's 1-4-3 for 4. Four overs to go in this innings. Change the bowling now. Back to some pace here for the Shaheens. Starts off with the short one. Is pulled away quite well. And great work in the deep. Will keep it to 2 runs. Shahid Aziz going short from ball number 1. And great work in the field by Masood.
Yeah, good cricket all around. Went to the short delivery. Was probably slightly slower than what he usually bowls because they'd have to stretch for that. Nicely done at the end. Certainly saved some runs. 145. So England Lions have done well. They've gotten some good runs on the board. If they can finish up somewhere around 180, they'll put a lot of pressure on the Shaheens.
Worked it towards the leg side. Shahid Aziz impressed us all with that first ball wicket of his. Nice action, good rhythm. Another impressive fast bowler from Pakistan. They keep producing these fast bowlers. We talk about all of them having motivation to play in such series. Hopefuls for the national side, of course. Shamil has led well among the runs in that first T20. He'll have to get a good start if they are to chase this down. Lions looking good to post something north of 160 at least. Low full toss. It's taken a big edge. It's gone up. The wicketkeeper and the fielder will both come for it. And in the end, it will be the fielder who's come in a long way, Daniel, and taken a good catch.
Well, first we'll have to make sure that it's not a no ball. Because Shahid Aziz and the other fast bowler had some issues with their front foot. Let's have a look. Front foot. Yep, no problem. It's well behind the popping crease. Very fair delivery. There was some movement in the air for Shahid Aziz. And what a good catch by Ahmed Daniel. Keeping his eyes on the ball till the very last second and then making sure that he grabs that. Dan Muesli gone after scoring 19 of 16. 5 wickets down, 146 on the board.
Tom Moores walks out. Another left-hander. Dan Musley was the batter to be dismissed. And a timely wicket for Pakistan Shaheens. They needed that break in momentum.
Yeah, they'll have to control the flow of runs, especially towards the end. Last over for Shahid Aziz. He's picked up a couple of wickets already.
Nice and full to the new batter. Will flick it away towards mid-wicket. Tom Moores gets off the mark with that single. He'll have to go from ball one. Not much time left in this innings.
Yeah, we've got about 20 deliveries. And if they get 20 more runs, they get to 167. Let's have a look at that wicket once again. There was a movement. Was up in the air. And good catch there by Ahmed Danial.
Yeah, it had to be him running in towards the ball. Wicketkeeper wasn't too sure. He was backpedaling. Decision in the end between the fielders. Looking for the Yorker, but just hasn't got it right. Low full toss again. Not much damage. Dot ball now. At this stage of the game, dot balls are gold dust.
They're very important to have dot balls and wickets towards the end. Hassan Nawaz, he'll be a very important figure in the batting lineup for the Shaheens. Didn't have a good outing the first one, but he'll want to change that. The captain, Shamil Hussain, he'll be an important cog in the wheel as well.
Short again. This time it's been pulled away towards mid-wicket. I think the last 3 to 4 overs, if you can get it out of it without a boundary, it's considered a successful over. And Shahid Aziz has done just that. He's also picked up a wicket at it. 17 done, 148 for 5. Six bowlers used by Pakistan Shaheens. Danial and Javed and Saad Masood, 3 expensive ones, although the rest of the bowlers have done a fine job keeping things quiet. 2 wickets apiece for Shahid and Saad. Danial will bowl over number 18, his 3rd over. Let's look at his field. 3rd man and fine leg are both up in the circle. So all the fielders in the deep are in front of the batter. Starts off with a short one, just confirming by Alex with the leg umpire that yes, it is a wide.
It starts off with a short delivery. Let's have a look at how short that was. Yeah, was well over his head. Rightly given as a wide delivery, so he'll have to re-bowl that. One of the over will be given too. So he'll have to re-bowl according to his field, because all the fielders, like you mentioned, are in front of the batter at the moment.
Back of a length this time. Push towards long on. Coles gets a single. He's on 33 now. Possible option for a half century for him. And they look to him to try and finish on a high. 150 has come up for the Lions. So that's 1 milestone achieved. At least 20 to 30 runs from here on is what they'll be looking at.
I thought 180 would be a good total on this wicket, because we did see 150 chased down quite easily by the Lions that first game. Well, let's have a look at that short delivery. Is it? No, I think it's that previous delivery that was played down the ground for a single.
Around the wicket to the left-hander. Nicely driven, but straight to the fielder.
Yeah, that's a good delivery, Danial. Well, I think the Shaheens have had a problem throughout the day. They have bowled a lot of extras. They've bowled a lot of no balls. They've given away too many wides. At the same time, they haven't come out with a plan to consistently bowl at the batters. They've been a little wayward for my liking. Haven't executed the plans well, let's put it that way. That's the wide ball that was bowled on the first delivery. Well over his head, yeah.
Shot again and pulled away with a lot of effort, but not much result, just a single. You spoke of a lot of extras. We'll put a number to that. 19 extras being given away by the Pakistan Shaheens. You might wonder if that'll come back to bite them later on in the chase.
It always does, doesn't it? I mean, extras is something that you can control as a bowler, as a team. So that's something that you should always make sure that you give 100% to. However, time will tell if they really haunt them. But they will need some good batting, especially in the power play overs.
Projected score from here on is 172 as we watch Coles move away. Something behind the bowler's arm he's not comfortable with. Yeah, that bit of white coming through that black cloth. Is that one little corner, and the umpire wants to confirm with the batter if he's comfortable with it. It's clearly not. So it'll require some work from the ground staff to cover that off.
Yeah, doesn't look too happy with that, the batter. Goals on 33 of 22. He's batted well so far. Well, things are back to normal. We're back to live action.
Slow outside off, but once again straight to the fielder. Could have hit it anywhere left or right to him, and there was a boundary written all over it.
Good bowling though by Daniel. He's bowled a couple of dot balls in this over already. Very nicely done. They're making sure that they don't give away too many boundaries. That is the key here. Momentum. Remember this shorter format, it's all about momentum. Whichever teams carry that momentum in the next innings, they tend to do well more often than not.
That's a low full toss. This could be a no ball. We'll have to wait and see, but it's gone for 4. Real freebie that. Nothing from the umpire. Will signal a 4. Lucky to get away with that one, Ahmed Daniel.
Yeah, once again, not a good delivery from a Shaheen's bowler. Low full toss, and that was nicely played at the end by Coles. Was in the gap of a couple of bounces, and off she goes into the boundary ropes. Well, he's definitely been lucky there. I thought that was pretty close.
Yeah, you spoke of blocking off the boundaries in these last few overs. They gave away one there. Struck firmly, but straight to long off. Bowling in the business end is not an easy task. You've got to have the right mindset as a bowler. We'll discuss more on that. 18 done, 156 for 5. Well, this is an interesting call from the Shaheen's captain. Arafat Minhas, the spinner, been asked to deliver the penultimate over.
It does enjoy batting. It does enjoy bowling in the power plays, does enjoy bowling in these difficult situations, but I think they've had a change in mind. Looks like there's going to be a faster bowler coming on. The more sanely thing has been done.
Yeah, I think Shamil has just realized, oh, hold on, Akif has a couple of overs left. Why am I going to my spinner? Why am I taking such a big risk?
Yeah.
As Akif, the left armer, he was impressive in that first T20, was getting up some zip and bounce. But today has been a bit wayward. Got a wicket, but unfortunately, it was off a no ball. 20 runs in his 2 overs. It was a no ball that denied him that brilliant Yorker that he bowled to Ben McKinney, who, by the way, was in 7 runs at that time, and then he went on to score 38 runs, Ben McKinney. So that could also be another few extras that they've given away that could come back to haunt them. Left arm round. Follows the batter who makes room. Single off the first ball.
And guess what? It's a no ball. Well, the problem continues for Akif Javed. He hasn't had too good a day so far. He's been bowling no balls quite regularly.
Well, I really struggle to understand fast bowlers bowling that many no balls, because generally you find them coming early on, they make their marks, they have their warm-ups, they bowl and the exact lines, just not on the main pitch obviously, but still to be able to go and bowl no balls regularly like that. Hasn't timed it, hasn't middled it, but it will fall safely away from the fielder.
That was a free hit delivery, Samir. Didn't really matter. They do pick up a single. The only good thing for the Shaheens in all of these no balls was that they didn't get hit for too many big runs in those free hit deliveries. But well, it doesn't really make me understand how or why, what kind of a difference does that extra bit of foot make.
Oh, this is lovely. This is just absolutely awesome from James Coles. Mid-off was up in the circle. He went aerial intentionally and he's got all of 6 runs.
They magnificently timed that shot. It was a touch too full. Yeah, it had to be placed and played well, but he did that at the end. Excellent shot. Very nicely timed. Went all the way for a maximum.
Upish again. This time mid-off will cut it off, but can't prevent the single. 10 runs off this over already from Akif Javed, proving to be expensive. 166 on the board for the Lions. They still got 9 deliveries left in this. They must be looking at 180 surely.
We did see 152 chased quite easily in that first game by the Lions. They would want to make sure they get to 180, get that momentum behind them. The Shaheens, well, it's they've got themselves to blame throughout the day.
Pushed this towards the leg. The call is for 2. They are coming back. This could be close. But the throw isn't on top of the stumps. 2 more to the total.
And brilliant running between the wickets. As soon as he hit that shot, he wanted to come back for the second. The fielders are deep on the boundary rope as well, so good match awareness by the 2 batters out there. Moores and Coles both doing well. 168 on the board. They would probably want to get to 180. We've been talking about 180. They've got 8 more deliveries to get to those to that number.
Slapped away. Over point and into the fence for 4.
Shot in wide outside off stump by Akif Javed. His day at the office hasn't been a good one, and it continues to be that way. Meanwhile, Moores has done well. Placed it nicely away from the fielder. And brilliant outfield here at the Zayed International Cricket Stadium.
Well, they did change their mind, and it's been an expensive decision to let Akif Javed bowl this over. Brilliant bit of running again. This could be a chance, but no, once again, they haven't been able to prevent the double. Brilliant running this. And 18 runs off this third over of Akif Javed, and a brilliant one for the Lions. 174 for 5 after 19.
Come back, batters.
34 dots. That's something that the Lions have done quite well. And their innings haven't given away too many dot balls. Kept the scoreboard ticking. That has allowed them to get to 174 for 5. It's going to be Ahmed Danial to bowl the last over of the innings. He's given away 30 in his 3. But the previous over, 18 runs off at Akif Javed. Trying too hard, you might think, looking for a wicket. in the end being expensive. And he'll start off with the wide as well. The extras continue to pile on. 21 of them. I spoke of the bowler's mindset, Rashid, a couple of hours ago. Usually, you're always running in thinking, I need to pick up a wicket. But in the death, you've got to look at the situation, assess where your team's at, and think about dot balls, think about boundary prevention. You don't mind conceding a single or a double. But if you're always going to look for wickets, that'll result in you being a little too expensive. Looking for the Yorker. We'll give it a low full toss. Coles will move to 47 with that single. Can he get to his 50?
Well, he deserves to get to his 50. He's batted really well. Taken just 28 deliveries, provided that impetus that was required in the innings. Because at one moment I thought probably at 10 overs, the halfway mark, I thought they would take about 13, 14 overs to get to 100 runs. But Coles, as soon as he came in, he's made sure that he gets some quick runs and put pressure on these Shaheens who haven't been able to deliver today. I think they've had a bad day with the ball in hand. They'll just have to change their fortunes when they come out to bat, because they will be chasing somewhere over 180. 5 deliveries for the Lions to get over 180. A few changes in the field. He's making sure that he has a very strong offside field. Boundary riders, 2 of them on the offside.
Well, this has been a problem throughout the day. Another wide, another extra. Ahmed Daniel going around the wicket to the left-hander. Trying to be straight, but he's gone too straight. Down the leg side.
Not very good. He just strengthened his offside and bowled a slower delivery down the leg side, way down the leg side. So even though it would have been a little straighter, or if it wasn't a wide, it would still have been runs, and quite a few of them. So not very intended, I thought.
Struck very, very well. There is protection in the deep on the offside, but a very good looking shot again from Tom Moores. They won't mind conceding the single here from Shaheens. They'll want to make sure that they don't give away boundaries from here on.
Yeah, good comeback by Ahmed Daniel on that delivery. It was full. It was right there in the block hole, and not trying to allow him to get under the ball. So bowling according to his field, that's what they need to do. Make sure, don't give away extras, don't give away loose deliveries.
Four more deliveries to go in this innings. 178 are the Lions. Low full toss driven, but straight to the fielder. Coles will get the single. He moves to 48 off 29. Coles. It's been a brilliant innings from him. Been positive. Played some very good shots. Had a couple of partnerships. They found someone in the middle order, even from the first game, now in this game, to anchor the innings through. It was Asa Tribe who saw through the chase, and now it's James Coles in this innings, providing that stability in the middle. Slow. Played it too early, Tom Moores. And a much needed dot ball for the Shaheens.
Yeah, 12 of 9 for Moores. They've done really well, gotten about 9.1 runs in over so far. 2 more deliveries to go after this. Coles is at the other end. He's on 48 of 29. They need to make sure they pick up a single. Let him get to his half century.
Hasn't timed it too well. He wants to come back for the second. Coles playing for the team's cause, getting as many as possible. He'll be at the non-strikers end with 1 delivery left. 181 now. The 180 mark has been breached. Tom Moores will take strike for the last ball.
This has been a good over by Ahmed Daniel. Although he's bowled a couple of wide deliveries, he's just given away 7 so far. So in the context of the game, the way things have gone, he's bowled a good last over. One more delivery, needs to bowl a good delivery here. Finish it off well.
Struck straight down the ground. Bit of work for long off. They're coming back for the second. And he's gone at the striker's end. Very good awareness from Ahmed Daniel. He knew that Coles had come back very quickly. So he made sure that he collected the ball and hit it, threw it back to the keeper. And it is around on that end. And as a result, England Lions will finish on 182 for 5 in their 20 overs, which they will believe is enough on the board.
Well, hold your horses. It's been referred upstairs. So we're not really sure if it's been, although it looks like he's out because Moores wasn't comfortable getting back to the other end. Yeah, not even in the frame. He's done well. Oh, it's close. It's closer than we think. Samir, you did think that was out, but that looks very, very close. I think one for the TV umpire to judge, really.
Yeah, those bails just took an extra millisecond maybe to get dislodged. But brilliant from Moores. He's put in the full length dive and gotten in. But has he gotten in time? That's the question. One run is the difference, but as we all know, they all matter. Umpire has a very good view there. Great collection from the keeper.
I should have broken the bails there. I don't know how it went around the stumps. Somehow took that extra bit of time.
Well,
went around it, I think.
There was momentum coming into the throw. He had to collect it first, ensure he's collected it properly first, and then dislodge the bails.
Asif, hope you are checking. Asif, you are checking, right?
Well, I think he's saved by a frame.
Yeah, it's margins. Very, very small margins here. Well, third umpire, the TV umpire, wants to ensure that he gets it right.
Look at this. The ball's coming to his hands. He's held on to the ball. So the momentum that you're talking about is already done here. But then here is where I thought he should have broken the stumps. He went all around it.
Once again, what you said?
All right, I think we do have a decision. It seems like the umpires have finally decided. It is green, which means it will be a run. So double in the end, 2 runs to complete the inning. So England Lions will finish at 183 for 5.
Yeah, the Shaheens will have to chase down 184 in their 20 overs. It will be a tall task. Good batting by some of the England Lion batters. McKennie was lucky at the start, but he got 38 of 25. Jordan Cox, the captain, 34 of 30. And towards the end, it was Coles who was superb, 48 of just 29 deliveries, getting that impetus and making sure they crossed the 180 run mark. 22 extras, that's what helped them to get to that total.
6 bowlers used by the Shaheens. Akif was expensive today. 12.67 that economy, none for 38 in his 3 overs. Couple of wickets to Shahid Aziz, who came into this T20 replacing Amir Khan, and a couple of wickets to Saad Masood as well, who was also expensive through those middle overs. Sufyan Nakeem and Arafat Minhaj were quite impressive. Sufyan picked up a wicket as well for 21 runs. That is what the Shaheens need. 184 runs will be their target in their 20 overs. It should be a very interesting chase. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it will be the chase from the Shaheens.
Along the sidelines for a quick chat with Shahid Aziz. Shahid, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। ये बताइए, पहला मैच आप नहीं खेले, आज आप आए, क्या तैयारी से आए? क्योंकि जिस तरह से आपने शुरुआत की बॉलिंग में, बहुत ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस था आपका।
जी सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का लाख लाख शुक्र है। बिल्कुल हम पहला मैच में नहीं किया था, तो पहले मैच में भी यही कोशिश थी, विकेट को देखा था, रीड किया था, थोड़ा बहुत लेंथ बॉल जो भी था वो बॉलर के लिए फ़ायदा दे रहा था, तो उस पर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कामयाबी मिली है।
कंडीशंस के बारे में बताइए, कैसे लगे आपको स्पेशली नए बॉल के साथ? किस तैयारी से और किस प्लान के साथ आए थे आप?
जी बिल्कुल, अगर देखा जाए यहाँ पे हवा चलती रहती है, तो हवा का भी मैंने यूज़ किया हुआ है, उस एंड से हवा चल रही थी तो उसका भी फ़ायदा लिया है। बिल्कुल,
पहले ही बॉल पर विकेट लेना ये एक बड़ी बात होती है, तो कैसा लगा आपको और क्या उम्मीद कर रहे हैं अपने आप से आगे के मैचेस में भी?
जी बिल्कुल, जैसे कि जब फास्ट बॉलर को खास कर जब शुरू में ही विकेट मिल जाती है तो एक तो कॉन्फिडेंस ज़्यादा आ जाता है, तो उस पर रहा, बस यही था, प्लान किया था कि लेंथ पे ही हिट करूँगा, और थ्रू आउट जितनी भी मतलब पूरा स्पेल जो किया है उस पर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कामयाबी थी।
क्या तैयारी से अब आप आगे जाएंगे और क्या आगे के मैचेस के लिए क्या उम्मीद है अपने आप से?
बिल्कुल, इंशाल्लाह आगे भी इस तरह ही करेंगे, कंडीशन को भी यूज़ करेंगे, विकेट को भी यूज़ करेंगे, ज़्यादातर वेरिएशन भी इधर चल रहे हैं। बिल्कुल 6 ओवर के बाद जो अगला फेज़ आता है तो उस पर भी ट्राई कर रहे हैं, और डेथ में भी इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे इसी तरह मोमेंटम इसको कैरी करूँ।
ज़बरदस्त बॉलिंग की आज आपने, ऑल द बेस्ट आगे के मैचेस के लिए भी।
थैंक यू सो मच।
That's Shahid Aziz. Well, it's back to our gentleman in the com box. Along the sidelines for a quick chat with Shahid Aziz. Shahid, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए।